In the last few days, I've gotten quite a bit done on our 99.73. It all started with replacing some worn out bald tires, and well, you'll see. Holy cow! So I came down here thinking I could just pull these wheels off and swap the tires, but as I got into it, this is going to need a little more than that. Take a look at that lug stud. Actually, take a look at all these lug studs. This sucker is... They've been running with some loose lug nuts for a while. I knew there were a couple of broken studs, like there's one right there that's got to be fixed, but I really did not expect to see the rest of them worn almost in half like that. That's... yeah. Yikes. So it looks like we're going to be doing new lug studs all the way around too. And then since we're down here, those brakes are, those brakes are done.
A better way to do this would be to use something like a ball joint or a U-joint press to press these old lugs out and press the new ones in from the back. When you pull them in with a lug nut like you see me doing here, you risk over-torquing them and either breaking them off entirely or just stretching that new lug and causing damage to it.
So let's talk about what I just found here. Now these are the original lugs, and as you can see, that is worn smooth. What causes that is they were running this thing with the lug nuts loose. Not only did it damage these lug studs beyond usability, but it also damaged these wheels. If you look at these holes, you can see how I don't think there's one lug hole on this wheel. That one is still mostly round, but the rest of these, despite having a little rust in them, are all egged out and oval shaped. That one's really bad. This rim is garbage. That'll never tighten up properly. So in addition to the lugs being junk, that wheel is junk. Now, this front wheel here, you can see it has a broken stud and it has ovaled out this one hole that I can see. I haven't taken the rest of them off, but there's another one that's ovaled out. There's a really good chance that wheel's going to be garbage too. So where does that leave us? Well, we have... we might need wheels is where that leaves us. So we just pulled the brakes off the driver's rear of this truck, and I want you guys to see the old pads next to the new ones. Little different there, wouldn't you say? The actual pad material is just the stuff on this side of that metal plate. It's maybe 1/8 of an inch thick on the old pads, and 3/8 to almost 1/2 inch thick on the new one. So I'd say we were due for some brakes. So while I was collapsing this old caliper, I heard fluid start running, and I just happened to look forward under the truck, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a puddle that just appeared underneath the brake master cylinders. Because these worn pads allowed the calipers to stay extended, the fluid level in the master cylinder would have looked low, so I could very easily see them having filled the fluid while it was low due to worn out brake pads, and now that I'm collapsing everything back where it's supposed to be, I'm getting excess coming out the top of the master cylinder. At least I hope that's all that's leaking up there, but we're gonna find out. So the fluid we heard leaking was just out of the master cylinder under the cap. You can see it's ran down, the lines are wet and everything else. So that's really not a big deal, nothing to worry about. Today, we're gonna be replacing this somewhat damaged rear window, but first, we gotta go get one. So I looked at a lot of different options for a window, including a few on eBay and a few sliders and a few power options. And a power sliding rear window would be great, but even used, it's going to be like $300 or $400. So if you forget your torque sockets at home, sometimes you get lucky and you can get a Torx bolt to come loose with an Allen wrench. It's not a guaranteed, but it can be done. When you're taking one of these windows out, you've got to take these trim pieces off, and because you have to take the trim pieces off, you have to get the seatbelt attachment points out of the way. Where are you going? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing, doofus? So typically when you're replacing a rear window, all you have to do is pop it out. But on this one, before we can remove the broken window, we've got to remove a couple of layers of tape. The seatbelt bolts are actually a T50 Torx if you, if you don't want to use an Allen wrench in the junkyard. Turn it. Push forward. Not super hard, but just kind of hard.
Run some kind of rope or baling twine, in my case, in the groove in the gasket where the window's going to seat on the cab. I lubricated the gasket with a bunch of dish soap. Like, hold the window in place, have a helper put some pressure on it, trying to push it in where it's supposed to seat, and then pull your baling twine out all the way around. And the way it works is it pulls that gasket underneath that lip and seats in there like it's supposed to.
This is not the permanent rear window for this thing, but I wanted you guys to see how easy they really are to replace. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do this. That window there cost me $37 at the junkyard. Before we build the bail bed, because it is going to be a flatbed with the built-in headache rack that protects this rear window so it doesn't get knocked out again. Before we build that, we are probably going to swap this out for a power slider. So where does this leave us with our wheels? Well, at this point, I think the easiest thing to do is for me to find 6 good factory steel wheels, basically the cheapest ones I can get my hands on, put a set of tires on them, and run those. Eventually, I would like to go to some 19.5 wheels with commercial tires so that, they'll run a little cooler and last a little longer and handle the loads this truck is going to be subjected to a little bit better. But that would be better done after we get all the reliability stuff done. We get the bed built. But all that's coming in future episodes. Subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and more later.
I don't even know how to start this.